Hello everyone, welcome to my channel Physics Sticks. So today let's study about electric motor, and on the screen you are seeing some regular appliances. Over here as you can see we have the ceiling fan. Over here as you can see we have the washing machine, and over here we have the mixture juicer, we can say. Right, so now there is a common aspect in between these three appliances. And what is that common aspect? That common aspect we have is the rotating part. Right, in all the three appliances, we have one regular part, or the common part we can say, and that is the one part is rotating in this three. Right, now in this these are the blades which will rotate, we can say. In this some part is there that will rotate, and in this also one part is there that will rotate, and what we can say, it will dry out the clothes. Okay, now. So over here, what is electric motor, we'll see. So these are the applications of electric motor. So electric motor, it is the device which is used to convert electrical energy into the mechanical energy. So electric motor just takes the electrical energy and convert it into the mechanical energy. In this, electrical energy as in the cell, we can say, and the mechanical energy as in the rotation of the blades, we can say, right? So electric motor takes the electrical energy and convert it into the mechanical energy, we can say. What is the principle behind it? So principle we have studied in the magnetic effect of electric current. Principle we have studied in the magnetic effect of electric current. And what is that? That is the current carrying conductor. Whenever current carrying conductor placed in a magnetic field experiences what? Magnetic force. Current carrying conductor placed in a magnetic field experiences the magnetic force. That is the principle behind the electric motor, we can say. Now what are the parts which we use over here? The parts of electric motor, the magnets, as you can see over here, the south pole of the magnet and the north pole of a magnet. I'll just show. As you can see, this is the north pole of a magnet and this is the south pole of the magnet. So magnets we have, then we have armature coil. So as you can see over here, this is A, B, C, D. This is the armature coil. We have rectangular armature coil. Split ring commutators. So why we call this as split ring commutator? Because we have a ring, supposed to be. We have a ring, and if we split it into the two parts, then we'll get what is called as this structure. And this is just like a splitting the ring. That's why it is called as the split ring commutators. And the function of split ring commutator is to just revise, right? Reverse, sorry, not revise. It is reverse the current in the coil. Okay. So these are the split ring commutator. Then brushes, we have brushes which are connected with the battery. One end of the brush is connected to the battery. And last one, we have fifth one, battery as the part. Okay. Now what is the working? Now in this working, it's very important to understand firstly, if you place the current carrying conductor, right, how to find the direction of the current carrying conductor. Now as you can see over here, initially the brush B1 is connected to the split ring commutator S1, and this brush B1's one part is connected to the negative terminal of a battery, and this positive terminal of a battery is connected to the brush B2. Now over here, this split ring along with this armature coil will move. This split ring along with this armature coil will move. So as you can see, initially the current will always flow from what is called as the positive terminal of a battery. So current will go from A to B, as you can see, then B to D, then D to C, and again to the negative terminal of a battery. Now A to B, as in the current is in this direction. Now what is Fleming's left hand rule? Fleming's left hand rule says whenever you stretch the three fingers of the left hand, naming the thumb, then middle finger and the index finger. If you stretch the three fingers of the left hand, which are mutually perpendicular with each other, and if this index finger denotes the direction of the magnetic field, this middle finger denotes the direction of the current, then this thumb will represent the direction of the force. So as you can see, the magnetic field is always from north towards south, that is upward direction, and the current is in this direction, that is from A to B, that is into the plane, we can consider. Then force on it is in this direction, that is rightward direction. So that means this coil will rotate along this direction, isn't it? Right now, so this AB part will go down. AB part will go down. That means this has to go down, and this has to CD has to come in this direction, right? So AB has to go in this way, and as you can see, AB is somewhere here, and CD is somewhere here. Okay. Now there is no contact. There is no contact between the split ring commuters and brushes, but as initially it is rotating, there is a inertia, and due to this inertia, the initially which is S1, which is connected to the B1, S1 is with CD. So now this is S1, this is top one we have is brush B1, and bottom is B2, and this is S2. Now, and it is rotating in the downward direction, so AB will come up. So that initially, which we have initially, this S1 and B1 is in contact. Now the S2 and B1 will be in contact, as you can see over here in the third diagram. So S2 and B1 will come into the contact, and the current now will be from this terminal. It will be like this, then D to B, then B to A, and again to the negative terminal, that is to the lower potential. Now, as you can see over here, the initially, as you can see, the current is from D to C. Now you can see C to D. The current is flowing from C to D, and here it is B to A, and initially it is from A to B, as you can see. So that indicates what? That indicates the force on AB. The force on AB, which is initially into the plane. Now it is out of the plane. Now it is out of the plane, as you can see over here, right? So into the plane. So now it is out of the plane, and this what we can say, this coil will continue to rotate only in one direction, and as I gave some points over here, to achieve the complete rotation, brushes B1, B2 are used. These brushes are connected to the battery. The ends of the coil are connected to the split ring commutators, which rotates along with the coil. Initially, S1 is in contact with B1, S2 is in contact with B2. After half rotation, what will happen? The brushes comes into contact with the other split rings in a such way that direction of current in the coil reverse. This happens every half cycle. Thus, rotation of the coil will remains the same. Right, rotation of the coil will remains the same. So this is how the working of electric motor is. So I hope this all clear to you all. Now, if anyone has any doubt, they can always comment in the comment box. I'll try to reply to your comment as soon as possible. Thank you so much.